live. This week, I want to talk about when it's a good time to take a break. Now, when you're at Disney, you do not want to hit all the parks without taking a breather. So, we always say, especially now during the summer, leave the park, go back to your hotel, and use the pool or take a nap in your room. Do whatever you can to charge your batteries. And when you have had your break, head on back to the parks or do whatever you want to do. Just make sure you make sure that your batteries are charged and that you're ready to hit the parks for more fun. Now, when I take a break, it usually involves using the pool and just relaxing. Then, when I'm ready, I just hit the parks. It's as simple as that. Breaks are important. So, anyway, that's my tip. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. Now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, this weekend is D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. And tonight at 7 p.m. California time, and 10 p.m. my time, they're going to have their parks panel, their parks conference. This is where they're going to reveal some, hopefully, some of the most exciting projects we have ever seen from Disney parks. So this week we are going to cover my top 5 predictions for the D23 Parks Conference. Number 5, a better fit for Dino Land's replacement than Tropical Americas. Those of you who have been with me for a long time know how much I do not like this Tropical Americas idea for Animal Kingdom. Because they want to put Encanto in there. Now, I talked with a fellow camp counselor the other day when I was working at a summer camp, that if they put original stories into Tropical Americas rather than an IP that only has a tiny bit of significance to Animal Kingdom, that would be okay. But instead, of course, they plan to put Encanto into Animal Kingdom. And I've said this many times. It does not fit. So I hope we get a better fit for Dino Land's replacement than Encanto. Number 4, an expansion for the Skyliner. So this is something that my dad and I think has to happen because the Disney Skyliner has been very successful, and we would love to see a connection line between Animal Kingdom Lodge and Animal Kingdom. I mean, that would be great so that Animal Kingdom can finally have a method of transportation rather than the buses or just driving there. That would be very helpful for those who are staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge but then have to drive to Animal Kingdom. But yeah, I would love to see another line for the Skyliner. Number 3, more information on the Disneyland Forward project. So, the Anaheim City Council has approved of Disney's plan to expand the Disneyland Resort by adding lands that connect Disneyland with Disney's California Adventure, plus putting in more hotels. And from previous artwork, we saw that this plan would put in lands and attractions from some of the other Disney parks around the world, which I think would be pretty cool. But I I do look forward to hearing anything they have to say. I mean, of course, we know that Avatar will be coming to the Disneyland Resort in some capacity. Maybe not as big as at Animal Kingdom, but we'll just have to wait and see. Number two, a fifth gate. Now, I know it's very doubtful that we will get a fifth gate announcement at D23, but you never know. I mean, Disney, the Disney Imagineers are just full of surprises, and I just can't wait to hear them. But of course, I have my doubts about a fifth gate, but I'm just being optimistic for those who can't be. And my number one D23 prediction is we will get more information about the Beyond Big Thunder project. Now, there have been numerous ideas and predictions for the Beyond Big Thunder. Of course, Coco has been one of the ideas that has been splashing around. Uh, Another thing me and my fellow camp counselor have talked about, like the the longly wanted Villains Land. You know, if that if it could go, behind the Haunted Mansion, that would be awesome. There's been rumors about Cars Land coming to the Magic Kingdom, but I don't see that happening because it wouldn't have enough room. And there's also been talks about Zootopia, since it's been popular over at Shanghai. But you never know. I mean, come the Parks Conference, we will know. So anyway, let me know in the chat or in the comments what you hope gets announced at the Parks Conference tonight. And tomorrow, after I watch videos from the conference, I will be going live to give my review of everything they have announced. So please stay tuned for that. And and keep your eyes tuned to the channel for when I go live tomorrow. So that uh, you can share your thoughts with me. And now it is time for Diz or Dat. On both coasts, you will find a fantastic treehouse in Adventureland. At the Magic Kingdom, it's the original Swiss Family Robinson treehouse that still holds the classic theme of the iconic movie. And at Disneyland, it was Swiss Family Robinson. Then for a few years, it turned into Tarzan's treehouse. But now, of course, it recently became the Adventureland treehouse, which kind of has brought back the original Swiss Family Robinson theme, as well as the theme of Adventureland in a whole. So anyway, let me know in the chat or in the comments which treehouse you prefer, Diz, Swiss Family Robinson, or Dat, Adventureland treehouse. And now it's trivia time! Alright, last week's question was, what was the name of the Darling family's dog in Peter Pan? The answer was, of course, Nana. Congratulations for those of you who knew that one. And now it's time for this week's Trivia Time question. And this week's trivia time question is, what was the name of the goat man who trained Hercules to be a hero? If you're the first person to answer correctly, you will receive 100 cool points. So last night, believe it or not, was the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party of 2024. Now, I know it's early August, way too early to start celebrating Halloween, but, you know, the local Florida kids are starting to go back to school, so it kind of makes sense. But another thing I think is that it so that people, the reason why they're doing it early is so that they can test what is working at the party and what isn't. And from what I saw last night, the hitchhiking ghosts have made their first ever, or outside of the attraction, appearance during the party, which is cool. It's very. I mean, you would have thought that the hitchhiking ghosts would have been there since the beginning, but it's awesome. I'm sure the cadaver Dans are there as well. Were there as well. Also, I saw that Mirabelle and Bruno from Encanto were making appearances there. And see, Encanto at Magic Kingdom. That would be a better fit there than Animal Kingdom. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I'm sure the Voodoo Parade is great too. Don't know what changed from that yet, since I haven't seen any videos from that yet. And of course, I'm sure the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular was awesome as always, as well as the not so spooky fireworks. Of course, you all know last year I attended my first ever not so scary Halloween party. It was great. I mean, the trick or treating was fun, and but boy, can those parties wipe you out. And it didn't really help when we had to wake up at 4 in the morning in Boston and fly down. But yeah, if you're going to a not so scary Halloween party, make sure you have a good nap before that so that you're ready to party the night out. So anyway, that's our show. As I said, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the comments if you're watching this later, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. For this week's shout outs, make sure you guys check out my buddy Mike over at Mikey Magic, Chasing Magic, or Mousepiration, or whatever he's calling himself this week. I'm sure he'll be back to doing vlogs soon, even though he's been working. He's been out of the game for a while, but I hope he gets back into the game because he's my boy. Also, make sure you guys check out uh, Princess and the Bear. They do great food vlogs from the parks. Definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out Nate, aka Paige and Mr. Morrow. He is currently at California right now for the D23 fan event. He is helping out in the Roosevelt's booth, and and he he attended the D23 day at Disneyland, which I am jealous. One day. And also, make sure you guys check out my pal Amy over at Rocking at Disney with Amy, or RAD for short. She does amazing vlogs and live streams of some of the best entertainment, not just at Disney, but in Orlando in general. Definitely check her out as well. If you have not subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, Kwaherini.